of paper,
Yes.
name of the body,
Yes.
and whom you represent.
Very well.
We will put that in our order.
I understand.
So that your clients have that assurance that, look, the Supreme Court is also factored in our
I understand. That will be very useful.
So then we will say that out of these, the committee may take an appropriate decision on engaging with the representative.
But all that we were saying, my lord, the committee constitute of a very respectable persons, my lord. Lordship has chosen them. But some representation from the associations, my lord, those who face day-to-day, my lord, problems. Making representation to the committee and being a part of the committee, my lord, would be a little, my lord, we have been hesitating this law. I'm sure, but Lordship thinks it appropriate. Lordship might take it, my lord.
I'll get a response from.
That would be very helpful.
I had made two more aspects, my lord, two more small aspects. Lordship has flagged, my lord, about 11 issues which the committee will take into account. Two more aspects, if your lordships can kindly consider that. One is, my lord, the distress call, my lord, we mentioned it day before yesterday. Lordship said it will be part of the order, my lord. I have seen, my lord, it is distress call system, my lord, which is available, my lord, on drop on a watch, on a mobile, my lord. That can also be, my lord, a part of it. Secondly, my lord, institutional FIR, my lord. What has been happening here is, my lord, the parents has to go, the relatives has to go. There should be an institutional FIR within 2 hours of a cognizable offense, my lord. If that also comes with your lordship, part of the order, my lord. And finally, my lord, the fast tracking of, my lord, we have done cases 10 years back, my lord. The trial is still proceeding. Lord, in 2016, my lord, a person was murdered, a doctor was murdered inside the hospital, my lord, at a point blank range, my lord. Nothing happened. There was a widespread agitation. The chief minister said 50. What I'm saying, there are similar matters pending in this court. If a lordship expedite that.
To obviate, handing over slips, but we'll go about it in a very systematic way.
Yes,
Mr. Devdatta Kamath is appearing for whom?
Instead of your lordships writing down, let us give it.
Can we just, it will be easier for us.
It would be easier. It doesn't look good also.
All right.
My lord.
All right, what we are doing is, we are just circulating a sheet of paper. If you can all just, as we are going along with the matter, write it. So we'll examine that and we'll put your names down.
I had made a request
My lord.
Some SOP, the committee is looking into it. There is no SOP on the hours of the doctor.
Of course, we said that.
It is a specific
It's a mandate.
remit of the committee.
One second. One of the points which, that one para where I say, this is a non-exhaustive list. It specifically says that they are made to work for 36 hours. And one more thing, we have said, we have referred to working conditions in general, which includes the work. So please assure the doctors, we are as concerned about them, that they have to work for 36 hours.
Yes.
All of us have also had family members, relatives. We have gone to public hospitals.
Yes.
I have slept on the floor of a public hospital when somebody in the family was not well. So we have gone through that. And you observe all of them working for 36 hours.
But we would also not like, we would not like, my lord, a doctor who has not slept for 30 hours to treat us, my lord, because.
May I just explain what happens in the hospitals? Because I have doctors in the family and also people studying in the medical colleges. What happens is that the senior, who are the third-year students of PG courses, they are the one who assign duty. You do 12 hours to 24 hours, and then thereafter you are given a rest for 2 to 3 hours. Again, you are called back on duty. The junior doctors are the one who prepare the discharge summary. And the discharge summary is prepared by them. So the workload is then again 2-3 hours. So it is almost 48 hours. It is not even 36 hours. So my humble submission is that you are neither in a physical state or a mental state at that stage to even resist if somebody is teasing you. I'm not even on the bigger sexual assault. I'm not on that because there are many incidents.
Shashikaranji, if you look at our order,
Yes.
Ms. Kumudata Das, if you see our order,
Yes.
if you see our order, we have in fact highlighted this very aspect, that there is a certain hierarchical nature of the workplace in a public hospital or any hospital. So when we have referred to that, and we have said because of the hierarchical nature, doctors, including junior doctors, are susceptible to harassment, not just sexual harassment, but different kinds of harassment.
Yes, Your Lordship. Yeah.
So we have specifically referred to this, but now that you have mentioned it, in a course of our order, in a brief order today, we will add to that as well. No difficulty. Your point is perfectly well taken. So please.
My lord, a small point to supplement that.
Yeah.
Because
My
I
lord,
also
may I
come
just
from a
take a
family
minute?
of doctors. is that the counter to that, of course, is the fact that there are lots of peer-reviewed studies to say that continuity is important. Now, obviously, doctors can't be treated like this in light of that. So the committee should look into it and propose something
You see,
that
there is
has
another, I'll tell
adequate
you one thing.
safeguards.
I'll tell you one thing. We have got so many emails. I've been flooded with emails which I've been reading to the extent humanly possible. There's another viewpoint also that, look, if you have doctors only on duty for 8 hours, then the purpose is that the doctor must be able to see the evolution of the patient. So that patient is there overnight, then your duty hours may extend beyond 8 hours so that you see that what is the development in the case of the patient between the time you entered and the time you exited. But we are not going to make any
Not
comment on
all
that.
of
Let the
us-
committee will.
Your lordship,
But for
your
all
lordship,
others,
One
Certainly,
thing is.
48
we are
hours of
forgetting.
duty or 36 hours of duty is a little too aggressive.
is not
Really.
really human.
My
Lord,
lord,
may I say, I'm representing the KG Car Medical Junior Resident Doctors. They are still RG Car. And my Lord, they are
By the
still,
way, Brother Justice Rishikesh Roy pointed out to me in another CB yesterday that you kept on saying car is car. So I said, well, I
We are
apologize to him.
forgetting one crucial thing.
so my Lord,
Can I speak? my lord?
can I,
We are forgetting one crucial thing. All doctors, my lord, which your lordships have constituted in the committee, they have passed through this very phase. They are aware of the problems.
So, my lord, I'm just saying that they are still terrorized. They are still in fear. They are saying our senior residents are back at work. We'll give it to the Registrar General in a sealed cover, the names of the people. There are about 70 junior residents and they are interns. And they are still feeling terrorized. They are threatened. They are actually being targeted
Geetal-
in the hospital.
But terrorized by whom? Because this is a serious thing. And they
Yes.
come in the RG or medical hospital. medical college.
CISF is
What,
already
what,
there now.
what is their
But
grievance?
instead of, my lord, giving them here, let them be given to me. I'll ensure, my lord, CISF to do the needful. My lord.
Yes,
Be better.
but we have to have their names in sealed cover because those who've spoken up are feeling targeted already. And they have a
But-
timeline
but targeted-
of
but targeted-
videos they have taken.
Targeted by whom? Don't give us names, but targeted broadly
by
by.
officials, my lords, by goons, I am for
By-
the 20,000 doctors
by-
in the, Kolkata, my lords.
But your
And
lordship sees the.
some of-
report,
many
my
of
lord,
them work in
by,
RG Car.
Possibly a hint of.
By members of the administration, by people who are in the hospital.
All right,
and
we'll take note of that.
Yes, my lord.
there is one submission, your lordship, there's a last submission, your lordship, I want to make. Can we have a compensation distress fund
That's been-
for the victims and the deceased of the family created by the state so that when at the time of the crisis of this kind of situation, they can be also get a compensation system like what we have done in the Nirbhaya case, your lordship.
All right, let's just see the status report for a moment. We'll just see the status.
With your
Just
lordship,
give us one moment.
with your lordship permission, may I just,
1 second,
If
we'll have to
lordship
put in.
permits us, then should we post on the filing, e-filing, the suggestions or the pointers that we have, because it is anonymity which the resident doctors and interns from different places they are requesting, because the direct impact is on them. And their mental state is terrible. There is also a survey report of National Medical Council which says that 28%.
Point taken.
Under-
There should be a portal where suggestions can be given to the
Yes.
committee, even anonymously, without disclosure of identity.
Yes, Your Lord.
Point well taken. Noted.
Lords, after the status report, could we have 1 minute on the SIT, my lords? We are representing 5 associations of doctors. And the difficulty is that there is an institutional compromise with regard to the financial regularities and the rape. Here's why. There were the same gentleman who was the head of Dr. Shondeep Ghosh, who was head of this RG Core Medical College. Also, for example, commissioned, asked for CCTV cameras for 14 lakhs to be rented. Now, had he bought those CCTV cameras, they would have been there. It would have been a deterrent, and there would have been better accountability. An SIT 2 days ago was, and I have the notification here, my lords. An SIT was set up by the West Bengal government. To look into these irregularities by the same person And that only constitutes officials that are under the control of the West Bengal government.
But would your lordship consider having the status report?
Earlier form
It is so powerful that
is the earlier
In-
form.
That, my lords, he's been replied.
All this.
He's been
Lordship,
replied. Please.
In the nurse's case,
Please,
he was
please.
the IG.
Your lordships, my lord, consider the report first, my lord.
All right,
That
just,
might, my
So,
lord.
my
keep,
lords,
uh,
with regard to the SIT, just to
just one
close that
second,
loop.
let's see the report
yes,
and then we will
let
come
the
back to you on the
report
SIT.
be
Yes,
fixed,
We've also filed our report.
everyone's
SP, Your Honor, I'm Dr. Rajiv Yoshi calling from
Just one
Pune.
second, everybody can just hold their patience for 2 minutes. Let's quickly run through the two status reports.
The state's report was not called for, but they have, my lord, asked, your lordships may, my lord, it's entirely your
It's been
lordship.
called for in the order. Why did my learned friend say that?
Order,
I thought we had asked for the,
Yes, of course.
the order.
Page 10, my lord, raise please, my lord, is,
In
page
fact-
10 of yours.
In fact,
Mine,
Madas,
my
I
lord,
might, if your lordship will give me a minute, Madas, I don't want to interfere.
We'll just quickly run through this, then come back to you in a moment so that we
Very
go step by
Very
step.
well.
10 para 7, Lord, before that, we have narrated the facts, etc., which broadly your lordships are aware, so I'm not, and I'm obviously not reading, my lord, your lordships may read from para 7. So date and time may kindly be, my lord, taken note of, my lord. Eventually, we have, this is very, very preliminary finding, but we have recorded some,
All right.
flagged some issues.
We just,
I'm just. Ask if they have a spare copy. Let's read.
It's only for the court.